So this is February 25th. We have some news on US durable goods, consumer spending and all that. So it was higher than the forecast and the markets are ripping higher. So I guess nothing has changed in regards to inflation. People are still spending, and I think the whole scenario around interest rates, inflation, the Feds, what they're announcing, nothing's going to really change. So that's actually probably good for the markets. Nothing that's, unexpected there. So now we've got a scenario today where, okay, I have two domes of ES here because I was trading two different accounts and it was just easier doing it that way. And at the same time, I just want to put this one aside. So this is ES. We've got a pretty good, very clear overnight activity. So basically the overnight actually started with this line here. We've got the low here. We're moving higher. We're above yesterday's high, which is around 42.91. I'm just gonna actually go and put that in my dome right away before I forget. 42.91, right? 42.91 ish. Yeah, so I'm looking for 42.95 to hold today. That's the previous day high. Just because I forget when I'm trading.
We
And
are
then
now
I'm
10
like,
minutes
okay.
away from the top of the hour, where we are due to hear comments from ECB's President Lagarde. Lagarde will be making comments after their Paris meeting. So it was stated by Lagarde yesterday. The Governing Council did meet in Paris yesterday afternoon for a long-awaited casual meeting and examine the situation in Ukraine as well as previously scheduled subjects. So ECB's President Lagarde potentially making comments regarding Ukraine as well as the European finances as well. No indication of text or Q&A from ECB's President Lagarde.
Okay, so here is Nasdaq's high, 13,986, 13,986. Okay, so we're above yesterday's highs here, but I think the main 42.95 is the important area that I'm looking at on ES. I said previous day high for Nasdaq. Was I able to put that at the right spot here? 13. Yeah, here we are. Okay, here we are. So that's what we're seeing now. I'm just going to put back the ES chart because I just find that I'm a bit lost with the charts. Okay, I just didn't open Sierra charts here, so I'm just being a bit lazy this morning. So I'm putting it this way, and here we are. So hopefully we're going to have some good volatility here today. So unfortunately, I did not trade yesterday, but man, was it really fun to trade. What was it? The day, was it the 23rd? Yeah, so I've been trading the Ukraine-Russia crisis here. It's been very volatile, so I'm gonna actually have a separate video with that where I'm gonna cover some of my trades, and I think we're gonna have to be aggressive in some areas because the momentum has been really clear. Definitely had really good momentum in with the crisis, and really the wording has been really easy to kind of spot with the news. It's been, as soon as they mention sanctions, markets are basically squeezing the shorts, and then as soon as there's like new information from Ukraine, Russia doing this or Russia doing that, the market's been just moving lower. So yesterday, actually, with that move higher here in the markets, I think we're actually gonna probably find some kind of good base in this area. I know it's a huge area because if you look at the average range in the last several days, it's been what, almost 100 to 150 points. Yesterday we had over 180 points in the ES, so that's a lot, right? I mean, that's a lot of it's a huge range basically to be able to trade with not getting too much drawdown. So like I said, I didn't trade yesterday, but definitely recorded my sessions and I went back and watched it a bit. I wasn't really feeling it yesterday with a lot of news, and then I had some other stuff to do personally. So today is going to be a nice one. Again, this is Friday, February 25th. We're going to be trading the news. Well, the news came out already. We had some news around consumer spending, and let's see how this goes. Probably a lot of news around Putin and Ukraine again today, so we'll see how all that affects the markets here.
Production and exports of about 80,000 barrels per day. IMS Managing Director Gorgieva says the sanctions on Russia will add economic impact of Ukraine conflict, which is increasing energy and grain prices. According to Iran media here, the Iran nuclear chief says that enrichment of uranium to up to 20% purity will continue after lifting of sanctions by the revival of the 2015 nuclear deal. France's Finance Minister Le Maire says that we are aware that these sanctions will have an impact on our economies. Comments from EU's Dombrovskis as well, who says that the EU sanctions will cover around 70% of Russian banking markets.
Here is the open. Alright, so it does look bearish below here. I think we've gone through the previous day's high very quickly here. So that's a bit concerning for bulls. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see. So we had some news, nothing really all that. I'm just waiting to see if we're going to get any kind of news around the crisis here. Let's see. Trying to see how things look like. Not super bearish here, so that was a nice drop there. Let's see.
So according to a CNBC report on Twitter, said that Hochstein tells me that there is an emergency government board meeting of the IEA today to evaluate any actions to increase global supply, i.e. reserve releases.
aggressive here. I think we can get something going here. Get some stops here. Come on. Here we are. Here we are. Oh no, that's not what I want. Well, it looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Run through and continue. Here we are. That's what we wanted. Okay, they got 96s. I am going to keep one runner here. I'm gonna maybe look to take one off with a new high. There we are. That's what we want. Looks really good. I think we captured.
According to US Trade Representative Tai, he says the trade relationship with China is extremely difficult and getting more difficult.
Maybe this would be a nice one here. I'm gonna let it run. Come on. I think we're gonna go. I think this is it. This is a tremendous. I have one runner left. So I was bullish above the 96s. I think they probably stopped everyone out here. This is beautiful.
IMF's managing director Georgieva says the increased regional tensions could have economic impact on countries surrounding Ukraine.
It's gonna get squeezed here. Everyone's being squeezed. Beautiful, beautiful. They're just gonna squeeze this out of. Oh yeah. Imagine being short now. Oh my. Imagine being short. Tremendous, guys. This was exactly what I wanted. I think we're gonna most likely get this squeeze, the mother of all squeezes kind of thing.
EU's Dombrovsky says that the EU economy is going through a period of profound changes.
Just gonna let them squeeze through this. Yeah, this is.
That's EU's Dombrovsky there, just to reiterate, EU economy going through a period of profound challenges.
Come on, overnight high. You know, I'm just gonna try to stick with this one here. If I can get maybe one more long. I want this overnight high to. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna let it hit the overnight high maybe. Come on, get through. Aggressive, aggressive, move. Here we are. Move, 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 move. I need, maybe this would be here. What a winner there. I'm gonna leg back in maybe, get myself a $200 additional something if I can get it here. Overnight high. I can see them retest this a bit here, so let's see. Come on, come on, come on. We just need them to cooperate here. I think I'm gonna just. Okay, got stopped out on that one. All I need is just a nice little. Wow. Tremendous, guys. This is like very rare that I capture these kind of moves, but I was just right at the right spot there. Okay, so here we're gonna. What a nice start to the day, I have to say. I can't even think of a time where like it's been a while I haven't captured such a huge move in the markets like this. So that was the move. What a big one. I mean, I added, so I was able to get some MAE on that, but it was just tremendous. It was a really nice move, guys. No doubt they squeezed everyone out of that one, right? Let's see if I can get a nice little. All I want here is just. It's really like. It's not super one-sided, so it's moving in both ways, and it's not really doing. Okay, so I might have to. I'm just gonna see if I can time them well with some momentum here. Yeah. Forget it. Like every move down is just being bought by the buyers who are coming back in. Go for it. Go. Also, I could see, let's see if we're going to get any kind of squeeze
ECB's
here.
Lagarde set to be speaking next in this press conference here. We have provided the link just slightly down the Financialjuice feed to watch live. Is on the ECB website. A correction there, on the European Commission website.
Oh, wow. Doing a good job here. I mean, forget it. It's just super. I mean, I can't find a more bullish scenario, honestly, for this market. It's just been tremendous how they're moving. The market's just moving in, like, I'm just gonna go see if I can get a small little scalp on the micros here. I'm just kind of like wary, being careful tonight, you know. Here we are. Just want a small little scalp, if we can get it. There we are. So we're doing actually a good job here. I think
So Lagarde speaking now says the ECB is closely monitoring the evolving situation.
as the market just comes in to make some new highs here, I think we can get small little scalps. Nothing, I'm not being aggressive here at all. Here we are. Beautiful. That's it. Wow. It's just because I'm expecting the market to do some kind of a, you know, a good retracement of this move, but it's super bullish. It's just not moving back to really backtick, you know. So wow, this is tremendous.
ECB's President Lagarde says the ECB stands ready to take whatever action is needed to ensure price stability and financial stability.
Wow, I captured a beautiful move here. Very rare that. Okay, so I will actually go and post this on YouTube, on Twitter here. Nice job. Caught.
The exact impact of the conflict. ECB's Lagarde says the two main channels for the economy are prices and confidence.
Affecting. So I think I will
So just a heads up as well, Putin commenting on the Russian Security Council shown on state TV there. Russia's Putin to the Ukrainian military says take power into your own hands. We're seeing that Chinese state banks restrict financing for Russian commodities. That's Chinese state banks restricting financing for Russian commodities.
There we go. I'm happy to. So again, buyers are stepping in. I mean, we have to give them credit here. They're just doing the job, honestly. They really are doing the job. I'm gonna go long, maybe a 1 here. I'm trying to get a nice trade. That's not new, right? So that should move.
ECB's Lagarde says uncertainty is to be a drag on consumption and growth.
Okay, so drag on consumption and growth. Nothing new there, man.
Lagarde adding that optionality and flexibility is needed.
I have to say, I think this was really...
ECB's President Lagarde says that rising energy prices are likely to boost inflation.
Very clear. Tremendous. Tremendously bullish conditions here, guys.
ECB's President Lagarde says liquidity will be available and payment systems will work properly.
Okay, so let's just go back to ES here, 2 seconds.
Lagarde adding we are not seeing disorderly disruption in the financial markets. A witness in Ukraine's Kharkiv says that explosions were heard and people were told to take cover in the metro. Metro stations have been abandoned for bomb shelter use.
Okay, so metro stations for bomb shelters. I mean, it's unfortunate what's going on here. It's just that I think politics is not helping, you know. Alright, so there you are. This is just going to continue like this. I mean, unbelievable how they're just moving this market much, much higher. It's just really tremendous how the buyers are just stepping in every time. You can erase what's it called here, the total trades, and get the pulse of the market, how aggressive they are. And look, I mean, although the market's kind of like moving lower, it's not moving lower with huge aggression, you know. So it kind of gives me an idea of how it's going this way.
Finance Minister Le Maire commenting that SWIFT is the financial nuclear weapon.
Yeah. So this one here, I just keep the whole total trades of the day on ES. This way, I could monitor, you know, where big absorptions occurred and where we had, you know, anomalies. Okay, so now we're getting some huge movements.
According to Moll here, saying that Russian oil flows via the southern branch of the Druzhba pipeline via Ukraine now continue as usual. France's Finance Minister Le Maire says that some EU countries do have reservations about using SWIFT as a sanction, but France does not. Brings us now to 10 minutes away from the top of the hour here, where we do see the release of the University of Michigan sentiment final Forecast is 61.7 on the prior 61.7. The range here seen at 62.9 to 60.5. We also see the US pending home sales change month on month. Forecast is 0.2% with the prior minus 3.8%. Back to University of Michigan as they release their conditions final. Forecast 68.5 from the prior 68.5. And the University of Michigan expectations final. A forecast 57.3 from the prior 57.4. So just before I continue with the timer here, ECB's President Lagarde says we have started the normalization process. And also due at the top of the hour, back to it, we do have the University of Michigan 1-year inflation final. There's a prior read of 5%. In the 5-year inflation final, prior read 3.1%. We also have the US pending homes index, which saw a prior of 117.7. So back to ECB's President Lagarde, who says that we will analyse on March 10th what to do next. Yves Dombrovskis says the full list of already agreed upon sanctions will be published in the coming hours. $61.7, unchanged from the prior $61.7. The range is seen at $62.9 to $60.5. We also see the US pending home sales change month on month, forecast 0.2% on the prior minus 3.8%. University of Michigan conditions final, forecast 68.5, unchanged from the prior 68.5. University of Michigan expectations final, forecast 57.3, prior 57.4. University of Michigan 1-year inflation final, prior read of 5%, and their 5-year inflation final has a prior of 3.1%. We also see the US pending homes index saw a prior of 117.7. So some more data here as we see the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China Limited stops issuing letters of credit after the Ukraine invasion. France's Finance Minister Le Maire says that we expect an analysis in the coming hours of the implications of including SWIFT sanctions. So to reiterate there, that is sanctions on the SWIFT financing system. $62.8, $62.8. That is higher than the forecast of $61.7. US pending home sales change month on month, minus 5.7%, minus 5.7%, lower than the forecast of 0.2%. So we're also seeing the University of Michigan expectations final, 59.4, 59.4. That is higher than the forecast of 57.3. Conditions final, 68.2, 68.2, lower than the forecast of 68.5. A 5-year inflation final at 3%, 3%, and the 1-year inflation final at 4.9%, 4.9%. The US pending homes index is at 109.5, 109.5. Looking to the market, we did see some initial downside movement on Dixie there. EU's Dombrovskis says that the preliminary assessment of this crisis is that it will slow EU growth but not stop it. Ukraine's foreign minister says he also discussed with US Secretary of State
Wow, the market has just totally reversed here. It's been unbelievable how they went all the way down to 42.81s and reversed. Never got the overnight low. So man, talking about balanced conditions, right? Like I said earlier, I was expecting a reversal because I was not really expecting this to just continue going up really easily. Look at that reversal what we just had here. I mean, it's just total, a lot of like huge moves here, and I think I was able to capture a good chunk at the open, and now this is just becoming really unpredictable, kind of, you know. So that was good. We got that done. Nice day overall. Let's see. Tremendous here. So here is the day. I didn't really trade much after that. Mostly all buys. And here we are, moving higher now. Let's see if we can get something out of this here. Maybe in another trade. So I'm going to probably call it a day. First hour trades here, made some nice moves. Definitely had tremendous moves here in the markets. It is a Friday, so I generally try to keep Fridays a bit shorter. And I think that's going to probably be it. I will also have a challenge that I have here for earn to trade. I'm gonna be putting a new video on that. Hope this helps, guys. So you all know earn to trade has this new career path program. I actually have started it. I'm gonna give you guys more information on it later on. And Bullish, you have my links for the affiliate there. You all know that I have put my links there. A lot of rebates and promos at the moment. They're doing a price match as well. That's the link for Lilo, and as usual, the affiliate link for Apex. So hopefully you guys are doing well with your accounts. I actually have good traders that I discuss with on a daily basis or on a weekly basis that are all funded and they're doing well. They're basically managing risk. You know, markets are definitely a bit more volatile. Gotta just have to know when to get out and really wait for certain exhaustions and maybe really looking at the correlations. That's why, really, to be honest, I think a price squawk like Financialjuice makes a huge difference. I think
just seeing comments come through from Kremlin saying that Putin has called Belarus's Lukashenko to organize the Minsk talks with Ukraine. Kremlin says, we have notified the Ukrainians of the proposal to hold talks in Minsk.
Here we are. So that's basically Financialjuice. Gives really a lot of good context when it comes to the headlines. I mean, especially with these times now where, I mean, good news, bad news, it's not about that. It's really about what's the wording. I mean, as soon as they come up with new information on the crisis, it's always kind of like an opportunity to either get short or, you know, close your longs. And then as soon as they say sanctions on Russia and all that, Biden comes out talking or whatever, and the market just rips the face of the shorts and it just moves higher. So that's been the main theme in the last few days, and I think I was able to trade it pretty well. You know, I didn't trade yesterday, but today we're getting some sort of a continuation with a balanced tone to it. Again, balanced because look, I mean, they basically went through all these, make new lows here in the intraday, and then push again higher. So we're really getting some tremendous volatility, and I think you just have to really wait for exhaustions. And here, like, look at this move, huge move down, and it just basically got reversed. So once you kind of really notice what's going on and what the theme is, it's not that complicated. It's just you have to really be able to look at the volume that's printing here. They're just look at the buyers, right? I mean, they absorbed a bit there. They still pushed it higher, and look, came back, and they're just coming back in. It's tremendous sweeping. So I think it's easier to trade at certain points of the day, and especially Fridays as the day goes on, it gets a bit more complicated. So I try to keep it, you know, a bit more conservative on Fridays. While, as you all know, I just did a great day here today. So hopefully this helps. I will post this on YouTube, and hopefully you don't hesitate to contact me, and you know, make sure to comment and like the videos. Always appreciate it. We're still around the overnight high here. We just can't get to seem to get really good traction above the overnight high here. So now it's pushing much higher, and here we go. I think this is the breaking absorbed. This is negative delta for the day so far. So I think a lot of opportunities to get some shorts squeezed in this market. I'm telling you, it's gonna be tremendous. That's why I'm kind of waiting to really let the market come back down and push and get some absorption and really have, you know, better opportunities to go long. I think that's the type of market we've got. So spotting that is important. That is important. Spotting that is important. So I just wanted to clarify that. I'm thinking that if we look at the previous years like 2018 and 2015, where we had a lot of news around interest rates, I could expect this market to make basically new high, not new high, sorry, break this pivot that we have here around the 4580s, right? Come into this area, kind of get everyone bullish, and then come back down and break these high lows probably within the next 3 months. I expect maybe March to kind of like come back into this area, or kind of like fill around this area. We still have a 1 month to go here. I mean, let's say February is almost finished. So if we have another month to kind of like spend time between 4580 and this area that we have here, maybe the 4200s. So this will allow, sorry for the numbers here, but anyway, this will allow for the market to digest this first for S&P. So that could definitely mean that we're going to balance around this area for the next month. Okay, I could definitely see the market doing that. And will this be the low of the year? I highly doubt it. I think we can come back into this area, get everyone bullish. I don't have the moving averages stuff here, but I mean, a lot of people, retail and asset managers, are always looking to be a bit more aggressive above those moving averages, right? And then get everyone bullish, and then probably not make a new high. I don't expect a new high right away, and then maybe come back and flush everyone that was kind of bullish in this zone, and then probably go into summer where we're gonna have again a huge volatility. I mean, if I was to draw this quickly, this is what I'm expecting, and it's kind of what I'm planning to trade. So let's say we do something like this, or I don't know, we'll spend some time in March for the next month, we kind of do this, right? So it would be like a huge consolidation area that we spent since what, beginning of February to March, let's say. And then if we do make a new high above this pivot, I don't think we're going to make a new high above the last all-time highs. Maybe consolidate here, get everyone bullish, and then make a move lower to go get this pivot. This could probably lead us to like July or September, let's say. And then maybe actually make the move after in autumn, you know, October, November, December, to go get a retest of this high. So if you look at the whole year, it might actually just become a whole flat because we've got a lot of interest rate policies, asset managers rebalancing their portfolios, reviewing the bond durations in their assets and everything. So I expect the market to just continue kind of keep its balance mode, but like a really large range to kind of play for the year. We'll see. I mean, that's how I'm planning this. That's why going into each day, I'm not going into any kind of bullish or bias or bearish biases. I really just want to go in with what's the market been doing in the last 3-4 days? What's it been doing in the last 3-4 days? Where do we break the one-time framing? You know, these are the same context stuff that I just look at. And to be honest, I think it's not the kind of year you want to try to keep a bias and, you know, we're most likely going to be balancing out in a bigger range. Okay, so that was pretty much what I think markets are going to do this year, and hopefully that helps. And I'm just going to continue trading. And look how, you know, the delta is still negative because there was a lot of moves on the bids here. They were hitting the bids, but they're all just getting absorbed. So I think the buyers are just basically absorbing everything that the sellers have, you know, to throw at them. Don't hesitate to contact me, guys. Take care.